Alright guys, today we got a 2004 Maxima. We're going to be replacing the driver's door window regulator in there. And I went ahead and got started so I could show you guys this. I'm going to start by removing the window control. And you'll take a small flathead and get up underneath it and pop it. And it'll be held in by these little clips. And the front has a straight tab on it, so it fits in like so. So after you pop up the rear, you pull it straight back under your electrical connectors and throw it in the floorboard. This little tab here comes out of the hole right there, and you'll put your screwdriver behind there and pop this tab out as well, so we can remove that screw. And then this piece of decorative trim that runs along the door panel here, we're going to take it with a screwdriver, and if you'll notice, there's a slot right there. You don't have to worry about finding that. Just anywhere back here on the back, or even right here, you can start. And you'll pop them clips out and pop that off like so. And it also has these clips on it that snap it into place on down through there, and it just pops straight off. Then you'll be able to get to the 10mm bolts that are back in here and back in here. You'll want to remove them 2 10mm bolts, and then we'll be able to pick this panel up off the door. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back to you. Okay, so I went ahead and removed those 2 bolts. We have out this. Going to remove the Phillips head. Then you can just come along here at the bottom and start popping it loose and free up the panel. It just pulls out. Again, there are clips around this panel that are holding it in there, so just get something in there and pull on the panel and it'll pop right off. Like so. And then you pick it up off the door seam to take it up off. I'm going to have to undo the handle here, so I'll pick it up here, wiggle it off, and then back here, I don't know if you're seeing that, back here we're going to undo the handle, and then we'll lay this panel off to the side. Alright, so these little cables here just pop straight out, undo the little tabs. They're pretty self-explanatory. Don't worry about mixing them up. You can't. They're different. And they'll line straight back up to the panel when you go to put it back on. Now we're going to want to detach this harness and everything from this big plastic metal, whatever they want to call that plate right there, that chunk of junk. You're going to undo all these 10mm around there so we can pop this plate off. It's going to house our regulator and motor. Alright, got out all the bolts around the edges. Now we're going to remove them from the tracks, which are in the door, and there'll be 4 of them, black ones, and they'll hold nuts on there. You'll want to remove all 4 of those around the corner. The only bolts we're going to leave intact are the ones on the actual motor themselves, the 3 of them there on the motor. So go ahead and remove those right quick. Then we'll take a screwdriver and go in behind this panel and start working it loose, because it's got a nice seal all the way around it, and it'll be really tight to pop out of there. But we'll start working on that to get that thing loose next. Alright, and you'll be looking at something like that when you pop the panel out. Now we're going to remove those 3 center screws in the middle for the motor, take that panel and lay it all the way out of the way, and then we're going to work on the regulator. Alright, and one time you pull it out of the hole and off the back of the box, you'll be left with this. On the back you'll have 3 5/16 screws that attach the motor to the regulator assembly. Depending on what your issue is, you can get a motor or an assembly. Now it goes into a square hole, about a 3/8 square hole right on the back. Just be sure that you line the motor up with the proper holes when you go back in. Most motors have more than one set of holes that'll line up. One side is for a plastic screw. This side here is for an actual bolt. And they'll be threaded, where this one's solid plastic just for the screw. So that's all there is to it, whether you're doing the motor or the regulator. Right there it is in your hand. Of course, it's reverse procedure to put all this back together. Fairly simple. One time you get through with your bolts, you just snap it together. Wished I'd used a better camera for you guys. Good luck.